Welcome to hopefully the last video of your many video series. I know I said in the 8th video that's the optional one, and you would expect the optional video to be the last video, but I guess this is even more optional, but kind of important for your assignment. Yeah. So this is about random seeds. What is a random seed? I'm going to Google that right now. I'm not very prepared for this section of the tutorial, but it's also very important for you to know. I've already Googled it, and I Googled it with a typo. So what's a random seed? A random seed influences many aspects of the model. It merely changes the start values of the random value generators used internally in the model. Blah, 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 blah. Read this. Essentially, every time you have a different random seed, you will have different results. Why is it important to know what random seed you use? These random seeds are integers that essentially index what group of randomly generated values were used for your micro simulation. So here comes back the discussion about macro versus micro simulation. Micro simulation uses, like VISM, uses stochastic ways to determine arrival rates and other distributions, whereas synchro is deterministic and macroscopic, meaning that there is no randomness involved, and whatever inputs you put in will give you results regardless of what time of day you do it or whatever your random seed is. I don't think synchro actually uses the random seed idea. The reason being is synchro is essentially a very nice looking calculator that follows the highway capacity manual, whereas VISM, it uses different probability distributions to try to make your traffic simulations reflect reality a little bit better. So, what can we do to control the randomness? You can, after you have everything set up, you have your evaluation set up, your VISM network is all set up, go to Simulation, Parameters, and it'll show you all the different kind of things that you can change. So, period, you should change the number of simulation seconds. I think it starts with 3,600 or 99999. You should use 3,600. Start time, start date, simulation resolution, and random seed. So before you start a simulation, you can actually write down what random seed you use. So it's by writing down and recording your random seed, your simulation that you made is reproducible for whoever else wants to use it. I am not going to rerun your simulations. That will take too much time. But this is a very good tip in terms of practice, because let's say you want to compare a before and after design. You know that the demand will increase in an area and you're going to change up the geometry of the road itself. Maybe you change the signal timing as well. You want to make sure your random seed is the same for both the baseline and the future simulation, such that you know that the difference in simulations is only from the changes you made to the model, rather than random variation. So that's why random seed is important to know. In your assignment, you're going to be simulating your model with different random seeds at different increments. It is best to only do, in terms of number of runs, one run at a time, because when VISM will export your data to a spreadsheet or to the bottom here thing, as I showed in an earlier video, all the runs will be put together if you have multiple runs in the same simulation. So it's better to only do one run at a time, and you can random seed increment whatever you want. That's not really important. What is important for the assignment is to make sure that your random seed changes.